Atma Namaste, precious person, and welcome to another episode of the Sunday Success Sessions with yours truly, Avrril Quadros. Now, on my channel, if you're new to my channel, I have trained in different modalities of NLP, energy architecture, ICF coaching, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, and I talk about using all these different modalities to consciously create your life. So what do I have in store for you today? I have something that afflicts all of us. It's a topic called self-judgment. Now, what is self-judgment? It's the act of constantly evaluating or criticizing ourselves in a negative manner. It's the tendency to be overly critical of one's thoughts, actions, appearance, achievements, abilities, and much more. Self-judgment often stems from comparing yourself to others, societal expectations, internalized beliefs about what is considered good, what is acceptable. So, negative impact of self-judgment are many, and it really tells on our self-esteem and our well-being. Let's start with low self-esteem. When you constantly criticize yourself harshly, it erodes your self-esteem. When you're constantly focused on your perceived flaws and shortcomings, you start to actually believe that you're not good enough and you're not worthy of anything good. And this can lead to a very negative self-image, lack of self-worthiness, and lack of confidence in your own abilities. The next one is self-limiting beliefs. Now, self-judgment can really create a very limited sense of self where you underestimate your potential and you doubt your capabilities constantly. You hesitate to take risks to pursue your goals because you fear failure or you fear other people's opinions, criticisms. And this can really prevent you from living your full life, being a conscious creator, and experiencing fulfillment and self-growth. The next one is increased anxiety and stress. Obviously, you're going to be in a constant state of stress and anxiety because it's very fatiguing with all this negative self-talk and criticism. This leads to a heightened state of stress hormones in the body and a negative impact on your mental and physical well-beings because of these stress hormones. Emotionally, you feel overwhelmed, you feel burnt out, and you kind of lack any kind of resilience. What about our relationships? When we're harsh on ourselves, we're harsh on others. We project our insecurities onto other people, and hence we build up trust issues. We don't want to open up with people. We stop ourselves from making meaningful connections. We stop having healthy interactions with other people. We end up as very lonely people. Procrastination is another big one because you're so scared of making a mistake that you never take action. You put off taking action. You put off going towards your goals, pursuing your goals. And what happens? You miss opportunities. Again, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy of I'm a failure, I'm not good enough, because you're not really giving yourself a chance. Mental health is a big thing that suffers because it exacerbates depression, anxiety disorders, eating disorders. Small time stresses can lead to depression, anxiety, and these can have a very detrimental effect on our mental health. Small things compound when we have self-judgment. We need to cultivate self-acceptance, compassion, understanding. We need to develop more supportive and nurturing relationships with ourselves. We need to forgive ourselves. We need to really collect ourselves, collect our minds, collect our emotions, step into our heart, and really take assessment of the situation. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because I want to give you tangible steps about how to move away from self-judgment. So what are those tangible steps that I can give you? The number one thing is awareness. It's so important to become aware of our self-judgment pattern. See, everything has a pattern in life, right? Nothing happens randomly. We all have patterns, and who better to know your pattern than you? Nobody knows you better than you. So you have to be in a state of awareness where you are jotting down or tracking, whichever way you like, on an app, in a phone, on paper, on a device. You've got to kind of really witness when is the inner critic coming up. And you've got to journal these new insights and then take action on your findings, either on your own or with the help of a trained professional. Let me share my own example. I used to notice that whenever I used to read something in the newspaper about somebody in my field who was doing much better than me, I started self-judging myself. That was my trigger. So then I wrote down, that was my trigger. And then I kind of understood that this is causing a lot of issues for me. And a lot of things from the past was coming up. So I said, I can't do it on my own. So I went to a therapist, then to a coach, and I started studying Buddhist philosophy to break down old patterns via therapy, to change my mindset with Buddhist philosophy, and to look towards the future with coaching. And that's how I decided to tackle this. Number 2 is challenge that inner critic. You need to challenge and question your inner critic's validity. Is this true, or is it a perception of my limited understanding of reality? Is it a subjective view or is it an objective view? And you can check this with your awareness, right? When you know that your inner critic is arising and the negative thoughts it generates, you've got to then understand, okay, what can I do to nip this in the bud? Challenge the validity of your critical thoughts. Are they based on evidence? Like I asked you earlier, are they distorted perceptions? Reframe the negative self-talk. Replace self-judgment with positive and empowering statements like I am statements. And again, you need help, take help. The third one is to practice self-compassion. You have to understand yourself. You have to treat yourself like your best friend. You've got to focus on what is good about me. Celebrate your strengths, celebrate your achievements, celebrate your progress. The next one is to seek support. A coach, a mentor, a therapist, an energy engineer like myself. Take action. This entails taking action, moving away from doubt, acting in spite of, believing in your capabilities, believing that you can change whatever you're going through. Now, there is going to be a part 2 to this video, but I just wanted to give you these initial steps so that you can start and implement what you can. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Start your journey towards self-acceptance and let go of self-judgment. Start this week. Remind yourself that you are worthy of love and compassion. You know, I was in show business for many years, for more than 2 decades. And self-judgment is something that afflicts everyone in show business because everyone is constantly comparing you to somebody else. Your own manager, your own agent will kind of put you down because they don't want you to get lax, or they don't want you to kind of, get lazy or get a huge ego. And so they constantly put you down. They think they're doing you a favor, but they're not. Because you're caught in this cycle of, am I good enough? And this self-loathing and self-hatred builds up. And so I really had to take a step back and get out of that cycle and eventually leave show business because I could not deal with it. So that's what I did. You may have a different process. So if you're struggling with self-judgment, I would personally want to support you on your journey towards self-acceptance. So I ask you to reach out to me. Book a coaching session with me today, and it's for free. And let's embark on this transformative journey together because you deserve to live a life of freedom without self-judgment. So just click the Calendly link in the description below to schedule your session because I want to remind you, precious person, that you are enough. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please share it with at least 3 people. Please like the video. Please drop a kind comment because the algorithm picks this up and helps this video get out to more people. And the gift I'm giving you today is that free consultation. This is normally valued at $9,999 for 60 minutes, but I'm giving you a consultation of 30 minutes for absolutely free. Why am I doing this? Because this is my way to pay back what my mentors, coaches, and gurus have taught me. I want to give back in whatever way I can, and YouTube is a free medium for me to help people. So please share this Calendly link with people also who can't afford to go to somebody who's a professional. I love you so much because I see the potential in you. A lot of people ask me, what does Atma Namaste mean? Atma Namaste is a pranic healing greeting, which means I see the essence of you. I see the Guru within you. I see the potential Buddha within you. I don't just see you on an external platform as an external or just a physical flesh and bone being. I see into your soul. And all of us are born with full potential. All of us are born with the seed of enlightenment. So take care of yourself, precious one. And from my heart to yours, Atma Namaste.